All right, welcome to our Bridges of Belonging episode. This is a bit of a new format with us to explore journeys of belonging from really incredible humans across our world. And today we're joined by Miki Matheson, who's based in Ottawa, and Miki's going to share her story of belonging with us. And we're just looking so forward to learning a little bit more about you, Miki. So welcome. Why don't you begin by telling us a little bit about you and your journey?
Okay, well, thank you for having me today. I'm a little bit nervous, but I will try my best. My name is Miki Matheson. I was born and raised in Japan, but have been living in Canada for about 20 years now. I'm a retired Paralympian who loved the sports from the early age. Met my husband through the Paralympic Games, relocate myself to Canada. Now I'm passionate about embracing differences and creating places where everyone feel comfortable and have a chance to achieve their potential. So now I believe in the power of sports and education as a tool that I can use to lead that way. So I guess that, in short, that's who I am, I guess.
That's beautiful. And one of the ways that I sort of got to know about you a little bit was through your election to the International Paralympic Committee. And I just thought that was so phenomenal to have someone from Japan living in Canada and now representing on the international stage. I'm sure kind of both perspectives.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it was kind of nerve-wracking, but the opportunity came up, so I decided to just take and give a go. Yes.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. So tell us a little bit about what belonging means to you, Miki.
So to me, the belonging means that there is a spot where I can feel safe, comfortable, and be accepted for who I am without being judged. The people in the group or the community make me feel warm, wanted, and valued. At the same time, it is very important for me to find something that I can do for the group or community. So in short, I guess the belonging is the fluid marriage of self and community.
What a beautiful answer. Thank you for that. I love how that lands. Yeah, just such an articulate answer and so many connections across the different ways that we need to be thinking about the space of belonging. Do you want to tell us a little bit about maybe a time when you didn't feel like you belonged?
Well, I think of two distinctive occasions in my life when I didn't feel belong. One was shortly after the traffic accident that took my ability to walk. So I realized that I was labeled as a person with disability since then. I have been living as an able-bodied person for the first 20 years of my life. But all of a sudden, I was pushed out from the able-bodied community and placed into my new reality. I had little to no idea what the people with disabilities are like, or what people with disability can or cannot do. I had no one in my family or friends who had disability. So I don't know, I just lost sense of belongings, and I felt really alone and lonely, I guess. And then I just thought I lost my ability to walk. So I used my wheelchair to move around. But in the reality, that life in a wheelchair comes with heavy package that I didn't know about. Like sometimes people judge me, pity me, and then there is kind of a strong stigma or awkwardness or unwanted attention for the life with wheelchair. So I don't know, I didn't feel like I was belonging anywhere. at the time. And the second moment, when I was immigrating to Canada after being married. So my husband is a Canadian, and I was familiar with some of his friends. So like I wasn't really alone, but I didn't speak English well, and I had no idea how things work in Canada. So little things like how to get on the bus, or how to sort recycling items, or, you know, like how to dress up properly for snow, and, you know, things like that. So it's like surrounded by unfamiliar faces and things and events, and I didn't feel I fit in, and I didn't feel belong. So those are the two moments in my life I felt I didn't belong.
Yeah, thank you for sharing those vulnerable stories and such big life events that you want that support and you want to feel that sense of belonging at those times, probably more so than any other time in your life. So to be navigating that must have been very difficult.
That's for sure, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm someone that's lived in two other countries where I set up a life for different points of time, and certainly recognize that it's really hard when you don't know how things work and you don't have that support network. And yeah, so thank you for sharing. What about a time when you did belong?
Well, like, I don't know, like when I felt people were there, like wanted to connect with me, and, you know, like the different opinions valued, and I felt just being myself and feel really comfortable and connected. Like that's when I feel I belong here, you know, like, yeah.
That's beautiful. What have you learned about the importance of belonging along this journey of yours?
I think there are two important factors that impact belonging. The one is that built environment, and the second one is the people. You know, like even if there is a beautiful and modern buildings out there, if I didn't find an accessible entrance, that indicates that building is not designed for people like myself in mind. And thankfully, like I don't find like fully non-accessible building too much anymore, but still existing. And it's not just like access, but for example, like recently I visited the doctor's office, and I was able to park my car in a designated spot, and there was an elevator to get into the building, well, to the floor I needed to access to. But however, when I get there, the reception counter was really high, and it was really difficult to get the attention from the receptionist. So like, you know, at the high counter, they are putting a lot of the masks and a lot of things, so I couldn't see. So I was just waving myself. And so even after I signed in, I didn't find any spot to park my wheelchair in the waiting room without being somebody's way. So I didn't feel really welcome and comfortable, even though the access was granted there. So that was what I mean by the built environment. The second factor was the people. So even if the built environment cannot provide any welcoming feelings, people can make significant differences, I found. So I especially appreciate the people who don't judge me, or they're trying to understand who I am, and trying to get the answer for like what my needs are and stuff like that. So like, yeah, the built environment and the people, those are the two important factors what indicate the belonging to me anyway. Yeah.
I love that. How has the Paralympics contributed to your belonging journey?
Well, at the time of the accident, I had no idea where I fit in the society anymore. But once I hooked into, you know, para sports, that made me realize that my identity as an athlete have never changed. So like, okay, I still have a spot in the sporting field. And that's kind of like the place where I felt comfortable to be myself as well. And through the sports, like I met so many people who can relate my story and who can see, who can fully understand what my frustrations are and stuff. Then I learned many things and different ways to ensure accommodations, how to compromise to different opinions, and how to preserve dignities, and like much more. So like parasports was a gateway for me to feel like I belong in a society. So like right now, like I feel it's my turn to use the knowledge and experience to change somebody else's life in a positive ways. You know, like if there out there somebody who don't feel fit in the society or don't feel belong to anywhere, then like I would like to empower the person and then include in the society. So like right now, I do a lot of different things, but basically educating the people about what true inclusion means and how to embrace diversity and equity, and also to empower the people with disability themselves to fulfill their potential.
Love it. I mean, one of the things that drew me to the Paralympic movement and to join the board of directors of the Canadian Paralympic Committee, where I spent 10 years, was really just that it was so much built around like, how do we support each other to be successful? And I felt like as a society, we have so much to learn from the Paralympic movement. And I've loved seeing some of the roles that the International Paralympic Committee is taking around moving the We the 15 campaign forward, contributing to the Sustainable Development Goals. Like it just does, as a movement, have so much potential to influence how we operate globally together.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yes.
Yeah, thank you. My next question is around, as a Japanese woman living in Canada, we're heading into Asian History Month in May, and I'm really curious for you, what are some of the parts about your journey and about being someone from Asian descent living in Canada that you'd like to share that you feel people need to learn or understand to create more welcoming experiences?
I don't know, like Japanese female, like we are not trained to speak up, or you know, like we try to follow the rules, you know, try not to cause any conflict, you know, like trying to just to go as flow. But being quiet doesn't mean we don't have opinion. We always have opinion, but we can't find a way to express ourselves sometime, you know, like if you want to say something, just say something, but like we are not really comfortable saying that. So like if somebody can ask personally, you know, like what do you think about this, Miki? Like, you know, or like, then if I was given the floor, I may have a courage to say so. Or some people are really hesitant to speak up in front of people. So like any other format, like, you know, just to send a chat or, you know, just a smaller group of people to get the opinion. Sometimes it's like being quiet and smiling and nodding away is just everything seems okay, but it's not the case sometimes. So I would really appreciate somebody who can just check in every now and then to see if it's okay. It will be a good thing for Asian culture background people, I guess.
Thank you for that. As we move to wrapping up today, I just wonder, what are some of the things you'd like people to take away to create spaces for folks to belong based on your journey and what you've experienced?
Just embrace the differences is one thing. You value other people, but always trying to think the way you like to be treated. So I don't know, just be curious about each other and have honest conversation will be key to understand each other, and then find a way for the place where you fully feel belong.
That's a beautiful way to wrap us up today. Thank you so much for being with us today, Miki, and for your beautiful words and sharing so vulnerably with us about your story of belonging.
Well, thank you. It was good for me to think about, the vocalize and then construct my mind as well. So yeah, thank you for giving me this opportunity.